Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. It's Victoria. Today I'll be showing you how I got this custom color for my knotless box braid and showing you all how I got these braids to be pretty much weightless on my fine hair. First things first, we're going to get into the products that I'm going to be using today. As I mentioned in my previous video, I do use a 3-way mirror sometimes. The setup is quite easy. I just hang it on the back of the door. For this installation, I'm going to be using lock and gel, a pointed edge comb, some Live conditioning hair cream, and these clips to separate my hair, as well as this braiding hair specifically. If you need to find any of these products, you can find them in my Amazon storefront. I'll also try to link these somewhere in the description box so that you can check those out for yourself. Today I'm going to be using these colors, and I'm going to use the color 30 and 4, 2, and 27 to create this custom blend. I'm using the darker colors as a baseline color and the added colors like the 30 and 27 to add a little dimension and color to the highlight of this hair color. Now, to create this custom color is pretty easy. All you do is separate the hair and put them back together and just keep separating them till you mix them all together. For my first custom color, I use 4, 27, and 30, but I only use a little bit of the 27 to create that low light color. I wanted to use less of the 27 color because it's so highlight. It's like blonde, so I didn't want to use so much of that color. And then for my highlight color, I use more of the 27 to create more of a highlighted look. So as you can see here, I have two different colors. They're very similar, but one is just lighter than the other. The one here is darker and the second one is a lot lighter, as you can see. Now that that's done, I'm going to be moving on into prepping the hair, and I'm going to be using my thread holder to hold the hair, and I'm just separating each piece, and I'm using very small pieces of hair because, as I said earlier, I'm going to be braiding these for knotless box braids, and I want them to be very much weightless. And I'm going to be adding in a few pieces of hair to my hair because these are going to be very small braids. I absolutely love using the thread holder because it cuts down on so much time for me to separate the hair and just pick up and go whenever I'm braiding. So this will always be a staple for me when I'm braiding. It just helps out so much. Now that that's done, I'm going to move into parting my hair, and I'm pre-sectioning my hair off so that way it makes everything easier as well. So in addition to the 3-way mirror that I have behind me, I am standing in front of a mirror, my bathroom mirror, but I'm going to start off by parting my hair down the middle of my head, and then I'm going to make sure the back is parted as well with the 3-way mirror. Now that my hair is divided into two sections down the middle, I'm going to start parting from the tip of my ear to the middle of my head. And for the sake of the video, I'm just showing you one part on one side of my head. My third part is going to start at the very tip of my hair, vertically going up and across the middle section of my head. And now I have 3 sections on the side of my head. And of course, anything that I did on one side of my head, I did to the other side. I used the flower clips just to section off everything and be able to see the parts so I can do it to the other side of my head. Now that my whole head is sectioned off, I'm going to work on pre-sectioning the back so I can create my rows. Once I get each row as straight as I possibly can, I just use a rubber band to section each row off, and then I move upward to the next row. So in the back section, I have a total of 3 rows. And instead of going to the middle section, I'm going to skip over and go to the front section first. And I'm going to use the width of the point of the comb to make my sections for the front of my head. And once again, each time I'm going to be using a rubber band to section off each row. I skipped over that middle section and went to the front section first because I'm going to be parting that middle section based off of the rows that I have in the front section, so everything can look very cohesive. So continuing that same method of folding the comb over so that way my sections in the front of my hair can all be the same size, I'm going to continue to go across the front of my head to get the same size rows in each section, leaving me with 5 rows for this side of my head. Now that that is completed, I'm just gonna go into section off the middle section of my hair and connect the rows from the front to the middle. As I go up in each row, I do curve to the shape of my head, and now that I'm at the top of the head, I just curve the comb around to make like a U at the top of my head. With that section completely done, I'm just going to go ahead and copy the same thing on the other side of my head for that middle section. And all the parts that stopped in the middle, they will connect to make one continuous part. Now that the middle section is completed, I have a total of 5 rows on each side of my head, so 10 total going across and then 3 in the back. I love pre-parting my hair like this because it saves so much time in parting, and then all my parts and sections are the same size. So now we're going to move on into feeding in the hair into each braid. As you can see, I'm quickly moving along because I have all of my hair pre-parted out, and I can just pick up each piece of hair, feed it in, and keep on going. To achieve this lightweight hairstyle, I added in about 5 pieces to each braid, but throughout the braid. And pretty much for the whole back section of my hair, I did use the darker color mix that I used, and I'm going to save the lighter color for the front of my hair because I want that to pop more. I just wanted to take a quick second to say, if you are finding this video to be helpful or interesting, please go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Your support really helps me to create more videos like this, and it is very much appreciated. And while you're at it, go ahead and leave a comment if you have any questions on what you're watching so far. I love reading you guys' comments and questions. I always try to make sure to answer them. So yeah, leave them in the comment section below and I'll be sure to check and chat with you guys down there. For the size for these braids, I'm going for a medium look. So for the first row, I had 3 braids, and for the second row, I had 5 braids. And as for the length, this hair is pretty long. It reaches just at the top of my bottom, and this is what the hair color looks like. Now I have 4 rows completed, and from the first row that was 3, second row is 5, third row is 7, and the fourth row is 9 braids. Quick tip here: when you're braiding your own hair, I like to go in on each row and pre-section those parts as well. And to get that brick layer look, I just take my comb and I put it in the middle of the previous braid and part up to get that brick layer and for my braids to fall neatly in between each other. It also helps so that your braids are not stacked on top of each other and that they lay flat. It helps with the overall look of the hairstyle, making it look more sleek and more lightweight. Now that we're making it towards the front of my hair, I did start to add in that more blonde mix. Now the whole middle and back is completed. I have about 50 braids in total for the back of my hair. And I must say, everything looks very flat and full at the same time. Moving on to the front section, I'm starting on the right side of my head. And what I like to do when pre-sectioning off my hair or pre-parting my hair, I use a little bit of the gel to hold that part in place, so that way no hair from the other parts get mixed in with the part that I previously already made. And for the braid that I'm not going to be working on, I'm just going to take that and section it off, and I'm twisting it around so that way it keeps all of the hair in that section away from the part that I'm actually going to be working on braiding. So for the front of my hair, I am going to focus more on adding in the blonde mix, so that way it pops a lot more and the highlights are seen towards the front of my face. And also when I take my hair and put it up in a ponytail, you'll be able to see the blonde mixture more. Something that I make sure I pay attention to for my fine hair is to ensure that I look at the density of the front of my hair and try to match that with the density of the synthetic hair that I'm putting into my hair, so that way it's not weighed down and that my hair can actually carry the weight of the synthetic hair that I'm adding. And what I've noticed is that my hair in the front is less dense than the hair that I have in the back and in the middle section, so I make sure to add less strands of synthetic hair to each braid in the front, so that way it's not too heavy on my natural hair. For the front right side of my head, there are about 18 to 20 braids. So for the front sections of my hair, I add no more than 3 to 5 pieces to each braid to keep it flat and to match the density of the top of my hair. All right, quick side note here. I'm thinking about doing a live video on YouTube of me doing hair, and you guys can ask me real-time questions. What y'all think about that? Like, let me know in the comment section. Let me know if that's something that y'all be interested in, and if you think I should do that or not. Let me know. Alright y'all, so this is my little happy dance because we made it to the last row and I am just too happy and excited to be almost done with my hair. So I have about 5 more braids left to do on my hair, but I just wanted to check out the hair itself right now just to see how heavy it is, what it's giving, and it's giving very much full and very much lightweight and very much flat. Yes, I love it. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing I did to the right side to the left side and part my hair and just continue that same process of adding in the gel and pre-sectioning every part and feeding in the hair. Y'all clap it up for your girl. I made it to the last braid and I am too excited because this was a long process, but using the tips and tools that I have explained in this video really did help to make this process quicker, and it also made the braids super flat and neat. So not only are my braids really full, they are really lightweight, and I can literally put my hair into a ponytail right now and it doesn't hurt. So yeah, that's like another plus of having knotless braids. They don't really have like a lot of tension at the root of your hair, and you should be able to put your hair in a bun or a ponytail right after you got done. I really love the colors that I chose. Next time I probably will go a little bit lighter just to see how that looks, but you can definitely see all of the highlights and lowlights, and I think it looks really good on my skin complexion. Let's get into styling these braids. You already know a good middle bust down is always a way to go. We love it and it is so pretty. But now I'm gonna flip my hair over to the side to do a little bang action, and I'm just twisting the hair into a ponytail and a bun in the back to make like an elegant little side part and bun action. I love this hairstyle on myself. Like, it looks so good on so many different types of hairstyles, like with loose hair, curly hair. It's just so pretty, so I love doing it with braids also. All right guys, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, make sure you give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what type of hairstyles you want to see next, and I'll see you guys in my next hairstyle. Bye.